Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an exciting video. We are trying a brand new brand. Not a brand new brand, it's been out for a while. Brand new to me brand. This is going to be my first impressions of Nomad Cosmetics with the, bear with me, Féte de Provence. I can't speak French, so you'll get that as we go along this video. I cannot speak French, and French words don't suit a Dublin accent, and I can't do a French accent. So correct me down below nicely, but correct me if necessary down below. This is a really like spring summer kind of vibe palette for me, so I really wanted to use it this time of year, but for some reason I pulled a wintry grunge out of it. Obviously this is the outer packaging. It's like France, it's eating outside, it's going for coffee, it's just really nice. And inside here is the palette, so it's a kind of a mixture of like dark and pastel with bits of color, like brighter kind of more solid colors like these sort of shades down here. I love this color story. This really stood out to me. I bought this when I was buying the Haunted Europe palette, which will be coming soon as well, but I was like, I want another palette because I can't just order one, you know me. But I was going to get the America's Parks one, but then I was like, will I actually use that colour story? Who knows? And then I see this and I was like, do you know what? See, with this contrast in yellow with the purples and then these brights, that's something I actually will use. And I'm very happy I picked this palette as my first palette from them. It's such a nice palette. The formula is beautiful. The colours, I'm going to pop up the swatches now as I'm speaking, while I'm speaking. The actual like light shades blend really well. This is quite a pastel yellow. The lighter yellow, I'm not going to try and say the name, but the lighter matte yellow is quite pastel. But I think it's nice to blend out other shades with. Maybe all over it might look a bit chalky because pastels tend to do that. Well, at least on my skin and the kind of bases I use on my eyes, they do. But the others, like the grey, the light grey, work beautifully. The shimmers are stunning. So beautiful. I cannot wait to play with some more shimmers, especially that kind of peachy shade. I really want to play with that. The black in it is black. It's dark. It's quite dark. I mean, it's probably not the blackest black I've ever used in my whole life. There's probably, like, I know Makeup Geek did one years ago. Kaleidos have a really dark black as well. It's kind of more like a charcoal, but it's very pigmented, so it gives the effect of a black, and I have it on me now, and it's stunning. But yeah, I'm so excited. I love the layout. I love the fact that like the middle row is all shimmers, and then you've got like a row, like a light and a dark to kind of match each one, so you can do it like per row, like a different one every single day, whichever you want. I love the little embossing in it as well. They they do this with a lot of like their palettes. The Haunted Europe is the same as well. They have like different things that represent the place, because obviously Nomad is like based on locations and things like that around the world and different elements of locations. I know they had one just come out there around Valentine's for Verona in Italy, and it was Romeo and Juliet inspired. That's the one. So it was all elements of that. So it's like location plus a theme kind of. So this is like France, and it's like eating out, and it's very springy. You got like bumblebee, you've got macarons, grapes for wine, for vineyards and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just think it's beautiful. I think you have the fact that I can do colourful and grunge is everything for me. My darker shade is a matte, my lighter shades are shimmers, and that's all I need in my life. So that's what we're going to be playing with today, which is going to be really exciting, and we're going to create this gorgeous look. I'm obsessed with this look, by the way. I'm definitely going to film an intro and outro to another video just so I can keep wearing it and show it off a little bit more. But we're going to create this. Before we do create this, my Instagram is linked down below, so you can go follow that down there to see any up-close pictures of this look, to see any more content, some fun stories that go up on there. And also I'm doing catch-up still on it, so we'll get to this look eventually. And also my TikTok is linked down below, where I post all fun transitions. So just a little bit more content for me over there. Let's stop rambling. Let's get into creating this beautiful look. Oh, I'm so excited for this palette. I'm so excited to play with this palette. I cannot wait. And I'm excited that it's a new brand that I get to play with as well. Oh, I'm so excited. It's so pretty. When I looked at my like schedule to see what like palette was next on my list that I want to use, I was so happy it was this one. So happy. So I have a big plan for this. What I want to do is I want to use all of these grey sort of tones and the yellows. Grey and yellow. That's the theme we're going for today. I want it to be grey kind of for most of the eye all the way around, and then yellow pops on the inner corner with the shimmer and the matte, and I'm going to wing it out. We're going to have a nice winged out sort of shape. That's what I'm going for. I want this to be a little bit badass. So That's the vibe. My skin is on, my brows are on, and my eyeshadow primer is on, so we're going to jump straight in. I'm just too excited. Let's get into it. So we're going to start with, okay, I'm not going to be able to say all these names, and I probably won't even really say any of them unless I know how to pronounce them, because French accents don't sound well on Dublin accents, and I can't do a French accent, so I can't even try. I didn't do French in school, I did German. So we're going to take this light grey. We're going to start up here. I'm not going to start with my darkest shade just yet because I want to build up to that. I'm actually going to go the opposite way, the way I used to do my makeup. And I'm going to take that on a BH Cosmetics Rose Gold number 5 brush, which is the big fluffy brush. Picks up a good bit on the brush as well. So we're just going to start working that through the crease. And I'm doing it with this one first because I want an easy blend with that dark shade. I'm assuming they're going to blend quite well because everyone has raved about it, but I just want to be able to build it up that way. I'm going not quite exactly almost in there. I almost forgot to stop, but about halfway through the crease because I want my yellow to be in there. But with this shade I'm going to start blending this out past my brow. Just as I've nothing on the brush, it's going to start to fade outwards. Okay, so I've applied that, blended out very nicely, I do have to say. I'm going to take the shade, the dark one, Hautes-Alpes. You see what I mean? No, I'm just going to point this one. That one right there. That's the colour we're going for right now. And I'm taking that on a Makeup Geek defined crease brush, which is just a small little like stubby blending brush, but I know Kash Beauty do one very similar. And I'm just taking a dab of this because there is kick up in the pan from this, and I feel like it's going to be quite pigmented. So just a small, oh wow, okay. Small little bit, and we're going to start pulling this outwards, kind of from my lashes outwards, and then just as I have less on the brush, I'm just gonna kind of flick it in that direction. I will blend more, but that's the kind of angle I'm going for. I'm also taking some of that and popping that through the crease again, just about halfway. Have it like kind of taper off as you get closer inwards. Then just taking my first big fluffy brush just with whatever's left on it, and we're just going to start softening out the edge of that dark black. There's a little bit of fall down from that. I mean, there usually is with a black shadow, but I haven't really set this part of my face, so I can just top up as I need to. Okay, so we're still adding to that shape. I may still blend a little bit more as I'm going, but I'm happy with the shape for now. I want to do my lower lash line, so we're going to take that same dark shade. I'm taking a number 7 smoky eye brush, which is just like a teeny weeny little pencil brush, and connecting it out here just so we have a nice seamless blend. And to keep that winged out shape, I kind of want it to be thicker out here and then thinner as it starts to go in, and you really see like that wing sort of shape as it starts to connect, like it really pulls the eye up. Okay, ignore the fallout, we'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to take a MAC 219, which is the little pencil brush. I'm going to take that first grey that I used, and I'm just using that to smoke out that lower lash. If you lose any of the black, you can just add more. That's what I did on top. I just kept blending and adding more, and then blending and adding more until I was happy. And make sure that your blend out here matches all along here, so it just looks like it's seamless the whole way down. Okay, so before I tidy up anything, I do want to do like the shimmers and everything like that, but before I do that, we are going to go in with the yellow, which I'm very excited about. So for the yellow, I'm going to take the lighter one, this one here. I may add a bit of this, but I want to mostly use this one, and I'm going to take that on a MAC 221S, which is like a small skinny little blending brush. We're just going to pick up some of that shade. I don't want to ruin the embossings on these, but can't help it when you're using the shadows. So we're going to take this shade and we're going to start building this on the inner part in here. Now, depending on how pastel this is, I may add the darker shade, but I want this down as a base first, and I'm kind of popping it this whole little section right here. So yeah, it is quite pastel. Do I want more? So the other yellow is has a bit of orange in it, but I think I'll be fine. I think I will take a little bit more of this one, the like darker matte yellow, but it's kind of an orange yellow, just to add a bit more intensity to this, just to make it look a bit brighter against these dark shades. Like, I don't want it to be that orangey yellow sort of shade. I want it to still kind of look like the other one, but it did need a little bit more intensity. Pastels don't show up well on my skin because I am pastel. So I'm going to take that same darker yellow shade. Actually, I'm going to start with this first. I was going to just use the other one, but obviously I need to intensify it. So I'm taking it on that same brush, and we're just going to fluff this on that inner part in here. Not too much, because I'm going to go in and blend it with the lighter yellow. Then going back in with the lighter yellow, we're going to take a little bit of that and just go over it, just to again match the top, because it's starting to look a bit more orange down here. So I want to just soften it down, give it a little bit more yellow look. And I'm blending in that quite far, but I don't mind. It's quite nice. Okay, so finally onto shimmers. I'm going to take some NYX Glitter Primer, still using the same one. Still haven't busted into my new one, but we're going to squeeze all the way and get some of that primer out. This is a Beauty Bay BB207 brush, which is like a flat, dense brush. Like it's nothing for like cut creases or anything like that, and I don't really need it to be cut creasy. I just want to get a nice bit of primer down so I can get a nice bit of texture down with those shadows. Okay, so just wiped off that brush. It's still probably a little bit tacky from the glitter primer, but I just wiped it off a little bit. I'm going to take the kind of shimmery grey blue. It's almost like a bit of a denim sort of colour. I'm going to take a little bit of that, and we are going to pop that onto most of the lid pretty much. Oh, I wonder if these shimmers would be better with your finger. They're that kind of shimmer. Some of them are like more metallic, but this is one of those with like loads of texture in it. Oh, no, actually, no, I just didn't have enough on my brush. Never mind, forget I said that, but I probably might use my finger as well. Nope, I do not need to use my finger for that one. Oh my god, look how shiny that is. Oh, she's pretty. I've also left a small little gap in here because I want to put the yellow shimmer in there. I'm just going to take a small little bit of that dark black sort of shade, just a dab, and just press that where these meet. I've also kept this angle here, if you can see that. So my shimmer kind of goes up at an angle as well. But just to get a nice little fade going out here so it's not too harsh. For that inner part in here, I'm taking this small little lip brush. This is from Charles Fox, but I don't know what it's called. It's just a lip brush. And I'm going to take this shimmery yellow. Shimmery yellows are so hard to come by the way. I know Glaminatrix doing, which I have, Banana Split, I think it's called. Like a shimmery yellow that's not gold. Do you know what I mean? Now this shimmer yellow has like a green reflex to it, so it keeps it from looking gold. It keeps it more on the yellow side. Almost chartreuse is the kind of colour nearly that it looks like when it's shifting on the eyes, which I'm very happy about. And I'm going to kind of wrap this right around my tear duct, so it's going onto the lid, that little area that I left, and then wrapping right around my tear duct as my inner corner highlight. I'm in love with this look. I'm so excited to do like my liner, my like lash and a lip. I might do grey on the lip as well. Oh, I'm very excited. So I'm going to jump off. We are going to finish off the face. When I come back, I'll let you know what I used on the rest of my face. Okay guys, so this is how I have finished off my look. I am in love with this. Oh my god, like the palette itself is quite like, you know, springy and pastel and there's just like nice colours and soft and everything like that. There is a dark element to it, but I think I've pulled a grunge look out of it and I love it so much. So let me go through everything that I used on my face. So to finish the eyes off, super simple. I was going to do a winged liner, but I thought actually if I do a winged lash, it'll look better and it just looks like the eye is shaped like that as opposed to me having to draw a line on like that. So I went in with my NYX Epic Wear liner stick in the shade Gunmetal Gaze, which is just a gunmetal, and I lined my waterline. I was going to do yellow, but I wanted the grunge. So I did this shade lined and tight lined as well with it, just to give me a really feline effect. Then I went in with my Urban Decay Perversion mascara on my top and my bottom lashes. And then for the wingy lashes, these are the Auroras from Kash Beauty from the Crystal Nights set of lashes. So yeah, super nice and fluffy and a little bit denser on the outer corner, and they really just wing the eye up for you. Onto cheeks then, I went in with my Juvia's Place Bronzed Duo. This is in the shade Light. And I actually used the darker shade, just the dark shade. I sometimes just use the lighter shade, but I used the darker shade today. And I think it worked out pretty well because I wanted quite a sculpted look as well because everything's quite sculpted on the face. My cheeks then, I went for a neutral kind of blush. This is the Inglot AMC Cream Blush in the shade 88, which is more neutral than the other one that I normally use. I think it's called 91 or something like that. This is a little bit more of like a brown sort of base to it, but I love it. I still think it gives me enough colour. And then for highlight, I went in with my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in the shade Lightscapade, which is like a opal. It's kind of that marbleized effect. It's kind of got like little bits of like blue, gold, pink, peach. Just gives you that really nice opalescent effect on the cheeks. And then for lip, I knew I was going to do grey, but I have like 3 different greys, so I was trying to decide which one, but I think I decided on the right one. I don't know about you, but I think I did. So this is the Blackmoon Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Ashes, which is just grey and it's beautiful. And I actually really love Blackmoon Cosmetics liquid lipsticks. They're so nice and comfortable. Okay guys, so that is it. That is our first impressions using this gorgeous palette the Féte de Provence. Is that how you say it right? Correct me down below if you know. If you speak French or you know a little bit of French, you have a French accent, let me know how to say it. Love the packaging, love the inside. Definitely can see myself using this a lot. Definitely can see Nomad being a big brand in my collection as well from the textures that I've used so far. We're definitely going to do a 2 looks on palette. Very exciting. And I really want to play with some of the purples, and I really like this peach row. This peach row right here. I really like it. It's kind of nice you have like a row of each colour that can go like light and dark, and a shimmer for each one. I really like that effect as well. But yeah, very excited about this. Very excited about Nomad. Very excited to use my other Nomad palette, which is the Haunted Europe palette, but we'll get to that eventually whenever it pops up again on my schedule. But yeah, this is the look. I love it. So I want to know what you think down below. Do you have this palette? Have you tried any other Nomad palettes that you think I would love? The first thing that really caught my eye was the America's Parks palette, but I ended up not getting it because I don't know if I'll use that colour series. So let me know down below what you think of that palette, and also let me know what you think of this look, because I adore this look. I think it's so pretty. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support to get me around to more people, and also let me know that you like the video, and I will continue to do many more. And don't forget to subscribe down below to see the Haunted Europe palette come up soon. I know it's discontinued, but still, it will be coming, don't worry. And also to see many more palettes, to see my two looks on palette with this palette. All the stuff, all the things are happening, so hit subscribe down below. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram is linked down below, where I will be posting all my pictures. I'm still in catch-up mode, so I'm still trying to catch up, so it might be a while before this look goes up onto my Instagram, but I am catching up. I'm getting there. I'm doing a post every day-ish, or every other day, depending. So yeah, I'm catching up. We're getting there. And yeah, I think that's everything for me, guys, so I will see you in the next video. Bye!